What if Deku was Killer Sans? Part 2. So let's begin. But first, we check. Izuku and Kendo been saved by the hero. Izuku awakening his Killer Sans powers. He beat all for once. Izuku unconscious. Go unconscious for a month and sleep stay in the hospital for a month as well. And he is living with his father, and Midnight is take care of Kendo from now on because of her parents die. So let's begin. It's a few weeks after that. Izuku tried to make him make him comfortable of his new living situation. Hisashi still worried about his son, what happened to him. So Hisashi worked at home more than ever just to keep Izuku if he was safe. And Hisashi paid a tutor for Izuku learn at home. Izuku quite smart, and one day is there a knock on the door. Hisashi go to open the door to see who it is, and he see that it was Kendo at midnight. And Hisashi say, "Oh, Midnight-san, so why did you come here?" Midnight smirk and say, "Oh, Kendo want to meet Izuku, so can we meet him?" Hisashi say, "Sure, let me call him." Izuku Izuku come and go to the living room and say, "Yeah, Dad, what is it?" Hisashi say, "They're a visitor." Izuku was confused, so he go to see who it is, and he was happy to know that it was Kendo. And Izuku say, "Oh, hey Kendo." And Kendo was so happy to meet him. She immediately ran to Izuku and hug him. Izuku say, "Kendo, please, can you let your hug a little bit loose? You kinda almost break my bone." Kendo, Kendo understand this and he say, "Oh, oh sorry." Izuku say, "No, nah, it's okay." Hisashi and Midnight seeing this, and Midnight think on her inside of his head, inside of her head, and say, "No," she think, "I ship it." And Hisashi seeing this, he say, "Izuku and Kendo play." And Midnight talk with Hisashi, and Midnight say something. Hisashi, "Are you letting Izuku go to school?" Hisashi say to Midnight, "No. After what happened, I still worry for my son, for my son's safe. So I pay a tutor to come and teach Izuku." And Midnight told Hisashi that if Izuku just learn at home and stay at his house, he maybe become a antisocial. So I think you better let Izuku go to school again. Hisashi take a deep breath and think about it, and he sighed and say, "Yeah, you're right. I don't want my son to become so to have a I don't want my son to not have a lot of friends, and I don't want him to be a loner. So I will let him go to school." Midnight was was glad to knowing that, and Midnight said that good. And why I brought this up because of Kendo is going to school, and I feel like Kendo is still scared. So I think Izuku is the only one that can comfort her when they go to school. Hisashi say, "I understand this." And Hisashi go to Izuku and Kendo, and he say, Izuku, Izuku go to his father and say, "Yeah, Dad, what?" Hisashi explain about he will going to school and be with he will go with Kendo. Izuku say okay without any interest in his voice, and Kendo somewhat scared and somewhat excited as to know that he will go to school again. It's a few weeks, it's a few days, and Kendo and Deku going to school. They fill on the paperwork and document of Izuku and Kendo, and on the way they go to class. The teacher asks them to introduce themselves. The first one is Kendo introducing herself. Kendo explained that her code is wolf is a werewolf. No, wolf. He has a power of a wolf and speed. No, a strength of a 10 werewolf and a speed of 11 werewolf. Everyone was amazed. And then it's Izuku's turn. Everyone looked at Izuku somewhat weirdly. No, strangely. And wait a second. Okay, Izuku will somewhat look like this. Yes, he has a wing. And Kendo might look like this. But I think his hair more brighter than this. Anyway, okay. The student looked at Izuku strangely. And Izuku introduced himself. And Izuku said that his quirk name is Fallen Angel. And Izuku showed what he can do. He can summon a bone or a knife, and then he can fly and make his wing as somewhat like hawk a weapon. No, his feather like a weapon, like hawk. Everyone was amazed, and there's someone after hearing Izuku's name was surprised and was in shock. Izuku and Kendo sit with each other and they learn like a normal student. And on lunch break, Kendo is sitting with Izuku, and one of the lit one of the girl come to Kendo to ask if she want to join them in the join them to eat, no eat with them. Kendo say, "Can Izuku come along?" And the girls somewhat worry, and Izuku say, "I think you should go, Kendo. I will be here. Don't worry." And Kendo say, "Are you sure?" Izuku say, "Yeah, sure. Just go. Make some friends." Kendo, underst- Kendo understand this, so he do it. But first he give Izuku a hug and say thank you. And then he go to the with the other girls and eat with them. Izuku is eating alone, and then there are someone come and he say, "Hey." Izuku look at who it is, and he see that the boy have a blonde hair and a red eye. And Izuku somewhat think, why does I feel like I know him? And the boy say, "May I sit here?" And Izuku say, "Sure." Izuku and the boy eat, and the boy say, "Your name is Izuku Midoriya, right?" And Izuku say, "Yeah, why?" And the boy say, "Do you remember me?" Izuku say, "Huh?" The boy say, "Do you remember me when we were little?" Izuku tried. Izuku looked at the boy more carefully, and he remembered something, and he say, "Wait, Kachan?" And it's Bakugo, and he say, "Yeah, it's me. It's really you." And Izuku say, "It's been so long since we see each other. How is it has been doing?" Bakugo and Izuku talk to each other, and Kendo see this, and she was happy to know that Izuku make a friend as well. And the girls was surprised to know that Bakugo actually being nice for once. And Kendo asks, "What do you mean by that?" The girls say that Bakugo somewhat one of the scariest kids on this school, so he don't really talk to people so much. I was surprised that he just talk with the new boys so easily. Sorry about that. Anyway, Izuku and Bakugo talk, and Bakugo asks, "Sorry about that, my mom is, you know what." Izuku and Bakugo talk, and Bakugo asks to what happened to him, and why does he have a black line across his face, and to why his hair is now black and not crinkly, not messy like before. Izuku look around, and Izuku say, "I will tell you, but you have to keep this a secret." Is Bakugo somewhat confused, but he said sure. And Izuku say that, "Well, you see, I was being kidnapped and tortured." Bakugo, after hearing that, say, "What?" Izuku explained about what happened to him, to what happened in this past year, and Bakugo was in shock and was frustrated that to what happened to his friend. And Izuku explained that his work actually was called angelic wing, but because of the man that kidnapped and tortured him, the quirk somewhat evolved to become black and dark. Bakugo was somewhat mad to know that, and he said, "Who is that who that man? I will beat him." Izuku said, "Don't worry, the hero. Don't worry, he has gone from. I think." Bakugo said, "What do you mean?" Before Izuku can say anything, he heard a scream, and Izuku know that it's the voice of Kendo. Izuku looked to where the voice is, and Izuku see that there a boy pick on Kendo and pulling her hair. Izuku seeing this getting mad, and the boy say, "Ha ha, freak!" And Izuku stand up, and Baku look at Izuku's face, and he's somewhat scared because Izuku is mad right now. And Izuku go walk to the boy that pick on Kendo, and Izuku say, "Hey, let her go." And the boy say, "Huh? So what if I don't?" Izuku smirk. Then Izuku punched the boy right to the face, sending him make him fall to the ground and let go of Kendo. The boy say, "Hey, what that?" And before he can finish his sentence, Izuku summoned a Gaster Blaster and a bone that that is sharp. What have a one sharp point, and summon a knife and say, "I will kill you if you try to pick on other kid." And again, the boy scared, and he shout, "Villain!" And Izuku say, "Me, a villain? Are you sure it's me and not you? Because I am not the one that pick on other because of their quirk, look of their quirk. So listen here, buddy. If you ever try to pick on my friend, I will make sure your life is a living hell. Got it?" And Izuku said this. Oh, and don't forget, if you tell the teacher, you know what will happen to you. The boy is so scared, he accidentally pissed his pants, ran away and pissed his pants. The boy and after the boy ran away out from the classroom, Izuku unsummoned the Gaster Blaster and the bone and the knife, and take a deep breath. And Izuku walked to Kendo, and some student was scared. And Izuku go to Kendo and pick her up and ask if she okay. And Kendo smile and say, "Yeah, but you don't need to do that." And Izuku say, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry." And Kendo say, "It's okay." Then Kendo pat him on the head. Everyone was surprised and in shock and scared. And Bakugo, on other hand, he think to himself, I have the coolest, badass friend ever. A few weeks has passed, and what happened? And Izuku is now friend with Bakugo and Kendo, and Kendo getting popular, and but most and Izuku as well because Izuku quite handsome. Izuku start to train with his quirk and his power. He helped Kendo in his speed and agility and his in all of that stuff. And Bakugo train with them, and they have a help from some pro hero like Aizawa on martial art. And Izuku and Mr. Aizawa is somewhat a good friend because of their personality of like to sleep and make a and Aizawa love Izuku pawn. Yeah, Izuku still make a pawn. No, Sen make a pawn in this, and don't make me try to make a pawn. I don't good at that thing. Anyway, it's a few years has passed, and it's now when they are 14 or 15. I don't remember. Izuku and Bakugo and Kendo walk walk to go to school, and uh they see a villain attack and hero fighting it. So they watch, and Kendo was amazed, and Izuku somewhat take a look and somewhat take a note in his brain. And when the fight over, no, before Kamui would try to capture the villain, Mountain Lady come and kick the villain, and paparazzi come and they do the degenerate stuff. You guys know what I mean. And Izuku say, "Oh my gosh, this word is oh my god." And Baku say, "Hey Izuku, look at that." And Izuku say, "What do you?" And Bakugo pointed at Mountain Lady hip, and Izuku somewhat say, "Dude, what the hell?" And he punched Bakugo on the shoulder, and Bakugo say, "Sorry." Can you look? And he's somewhat jealous at Mountain Lady because of her feminism, of her, you know, what? Three of them go to class, and the teacher come in, and he say, "Okay, we will do an assignment about what you guys want to do, what you guys will do in the future." Which can, sorry about that. The teacher throw all the paper to the air, and he say, "Who am I kidding? All of you guys want to be a hero." And everyone started to use their quirk. And Bakugo say, "Hey Teach, put us, don't push us. with this bunch of nobody, this extra. They will be lucky if they can become a psyche of nobody hero, of some pro hero. And they starting to move at Bakugo. And the teachers say, "Oh, Bakugo, by the look of it, you will do A." And Bakugo say, "Damn right, I am." And Izuku and Kendo will go with me. The students starting to whisper to each other and say about this you about the the percentage entering UA is low, and some other girls say, but they are really strong, and Izuku-kan is the most stronger among them, I think. And Baku hearing this and say, he may be strong, but I will someday surpass him. And Izuku don't, don't care about this because he's somewhat sketching and drawing. Izuku loves to draw and cook in this what if universe. And the boys say, but are you guys, but Izuku not a hero type. He's more like will become a villain. While other students saying that, and Baku after hearing that, and Kendo hearing that, they glare. They look to where the voice coming from, and they shout, "What did you say?" Everyone immediately be quiet, and Izuku Kendo look around, and he see there are one kid, one man, one boy is sweating like bullet, and he he she tell Bakugo, "I think I found our culprit." Kendo look at where the voice coming from, and Bakugo walk to that kid, and the teacher say, "Bakugo, please don't kill him." And Bakugo say, "Don't worry, teach. I just want to talk, have a little chat with him." Bakugo whisper something on his ears, and the guy turned pale. And Bakugo walk off and walk back to his table. The school has ended, and the boy that Bakugo talked with immediately ran out from the class. And everyone see this, and Bakugo Kendo started to say, "I think he just awakened another quirk because he just fit." No, I think I think kid, that guy just awake another quirk, and it's a speed quirk because how fast he run. And Bakugo and Izuku laugh a little. No, Bakugo, because Izuku somewhat more serious in this. He more serious than Todoroki. On the way back home, Izuku they walk under a tunnel, and then Izuku sends something. And I forgot to say this, but Izuku has learned using his magic to sense someone present and where they are. And Izuku say, Guys, be careful. He whispered to Kendo and Bakugo. And Baku see, are they a villain? There's someone here, aren't they? And Izuku say, yeah. So put your guys' guard up. Bakugo Kendo no understand this, and Izuku say, hey, I know you there, so just come out. The slush villain come out from the sewer and say, how did you know I was there? But the slush villain say, but that's not a problem. I just to take one of your guys' body. And three of them look at the slush villain disgustedly and say, dude, we still 14. What are you, a pedophile? And the slash villain say, wait, what? No, not like. And before the slash villain can say anything, All Might come and say, destroy, smash! And the slash villain scatter and knock out. Oops. And Bakugo Kendo saying this, they was excited and say, it's All Might again. And this All Might started to laugh and say, ha ha ha, no fear because I am here. Bakugo and Kendo was excited because they're a big All Might fan. Izuku somewhat excited, but he don't show it. But inside of him, he's somewhat like, oh my god, he's All Might. Oh my god, oh my god! Bakugo, three of them go to All Might and ask for his autograph. And Kendo, Bakugo, and Izuku help All Might put the villain inside of the bottle. And All Might jump away. Okay. And oh yeah, I forgot to say this. But before All Might jump away, Izuku asks All Might if they can become a hero. No, Izuku asks if he can become a hero. And All Might asks, why do you think you cannot, young man? Izuku say that because of his quirk and how some of his classmates say he's a bit someone look like a villain. And All Might say, young man, no, All Might look at Izuku and he see it was the same kid that and all for one, he thought, and all for one. And All Might say, you are that kid that helped me defeat my enemy before. That helped me before, aren't you? It's been a while. Nice to see you are alright. And Baku, after hearing this, basically, he say, wait, Izuku, you met All Might before? And Izuku say, oh yeah, I helped him defeat the villain that tortured me and Kendo when we were 10. Baku somewhat say, man, I so jealous at you right now. And All Might say, and for for your question, yeah, you can become a hero. A quirk not define who you are, it's the action. So show them that you can become a great hero. And then all might jump away. After hearing this, Izuku somewhat smiling and somewhat have a determination face to become stronger. Basically, sorry about that. Three of them started to train more harder than before, and they trained at Dagobah Beach. Izuku, Kendo, and Bakugo helped clean the beach and train at the beach. And it's the entrance exam. And when Izuku walked inside the to Utre entrance exam, and he accidentally fall. Bakugo and Kendo tried to catch him, but then Izuku started to float, and Izuku was confused why he's floating right now because he's not using his quirk right now. And Izuku looked to see there a brown-haired girl, and she said, "Oh, sorry to use my quirk on you." And Izuku said, "Oh, it's fine, because if you don't do that, I would fall flat on my face. So thank you." Izuku smiled, and Uraka somewhat blushes because Izuku quite handsome. And Kendo seeing this, and when Uraka let go of Izuku, using- let go of zero gravity, Kendo immediately ran to Izuku's hand and hugged him. And he looked at Uraka with proud face, and Uraka see that the man already taken, and Izuku confused. Why Kendo do this? And Bakugo say, think to himself, "My ship is sailing." All of them go to the written exam first, and Izuku sit on the middle. Bakugo sit beside him on his right, and Kendo sit on his left. Uh, Kendo somewhat excited and somewhat nervous, and so he talked a little bit much. And then Ida say, "You, please be quiet. The others kid want to concentrate too, and please do try to make them don't make them distracted by type of action, this type of thing." Izuku looked at Ida with a dead stare, and Ida immediately no. Izuku say, "Hey, she just nervous, so give her a slack, can you?" Ida still scared, and he said, "Oh, sorry about that." And then he said, "President Mike explained about the no, they do the written exam first. And let's say that Izuku get the first place, Bakugo get second, Bakugo get third, and Kendo get fifth place because Ida was smarter than Kendo. After they're done with written exam, President Mike explained about the villain exam. No, the physical exam to what they going to do. Professor might explain about about the 1 pointer, 2 pointer, and 3 pointer, and how it is. And then Ida stand up and shout, "Excuse me, but in the flyer they say that there will be 4 robots. Is this some kind of mistake or something?" And then Izuku, and before President Mike can say anything, Izuku say, "Well, you see, the 0 pointer is actually an obstacle course because how big it is. He have it have a 0 point, so you don't have to care about it so much." Ida looked at Izuku and President Mike say, "He is correct." And Ida was surprised to know that the kid that glared at him actually quite smart. So Ida is satisfied with the answer, so he sit down back. The entrance exam go as the same. All of them go to the starting point of the physical exam, and Kendo is nervous and Izuku far from her, and he see that Kendo is nervous, and Izuku go to her. But before Izuku can go, Ida somewhat grab him on his shoulder and say, "Sir, I'm sorry, but I think you should not bother her." And Izuku say, "Listen here, I don't know why you are so strict right now, but that girl is my friend. He, he was my classmate as well, and she was nervous, so I want to support her, try to make him feel better. If you don't mind, please let go of me." Izuku glared at Ida again, and Ida immediately put his hand away from Izuku and put his hand up away from Izuku and say, "Okay, okay." Izuku walked to Kendo and say, "Are you okay, Kendo?" And Kendo say, "Yeah, I just nervous, that's all." And Izuku know how to make her calm down. Izuku pat Kendo on the head and say, there, just calm down and you can be good. And we can do this exam, shall we?" Kendo was happy and started to calm down and say, "Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Izuku." Izuku smiled and say, "Yeah, sure." And then President might say, "Go!" In the real world, they don't never have a counting start. So go! Everyone started to run. Ida started to run as fast as he can. But then Kendo passed her, passing him, and Ida was surprised to know how fast Kendo is. Wait a second. Sorry about that. And Ida looked. Wait, where is the guy, the black-haired boy? Ida tried to look behind to see that Izuku's still there. And Ida think, why did he not run at all? And when Ida looked in front of him, there are robots about to attack him. Before Ida can attack the robot have a bone shoot from the air, from the ground. No, a a bone pillar just coming from the ground, destroying the robot, and Ida was surprised to know. And when the bone pillar gone, Ida looked in front of him to see that Izuku is in front of him, and Ida see, wait, what? How did he? Izuku create a knife, and he go attack a robot. He Izuku summon a knife, and he attacked the robot. And Ida was confused. Wait, I thought he squirt that bone allow him to summon a bone or teleport, but now he can use some a weapon, a knife now. What is his quirk? Izuku started to destroy robot. Izuku have about 20 point. Ida is about 34. Kendo is about 40, 35, and then Izuku show his wing and and fly to the air. Everyone look, and Ida getting more confused to what his quirk is. Ida think, what is he? Does he have a multiple quirk or something? Izuku spread his wing to the air, and there a feather and flap it, and some of his feather fly down, and the feather is somewhat like hawk, so it destroy a lot of a robot. And Izuku now have about 17, 70 points from just one attack. Everyone was in shock to see how strong he is and how much damage he can do. Izuku then fly to one of the building and he say, okay, that should be all. I think I can go inside. I think I will be accepted into UA now. And then Izuku looked down to see that there are a lot of people running away. And Izuku was confused, and he see that the zero pointer is coming. And Izuku saying, well, time to go. And before he can go, he hear a scream. And Izuku look to where it is. And Izuku see that it was Kendo, and Kendo is trapped under a big rubble. And Izuku, after seeing this, immediately turning to I am lazy and okay mode to a serious. Okay, you are done now. Izuku immediately using shortcut teleport to Kendo and using his bone pillar take Kendo out from the rubble and carry her. Izuku fly up to the air while carrying Kendo with bright star, and Izuku look at the zero pointer and he say, it's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On day like this, robot like you can just burn in hell. Izuku summoned a giant gaster blaster and he shot. fire at the zero pointer, and the blast disintegrated the top part of the zero pointer, and everyone looked at this, and everyone was in shock to see how powerful the kid is. The the exam has over, and then Izuku waiting for Bakugo. Izuku and Kendo is waiting for Bakugo, and they see that Bakugo is walking out, and they see that Bakugo is talking to Uraraka again, and Izuku, and when Bakugo go to them, Kendo look at Bakugo. So who your new friend, Bakugo? Bakugo say what? He just he the same girl that helped Izuku fall back. You remember? And Kendo was dumbfounded, and his face palm herself and say, "Don't tell me you as that, Bakugo. I literally tried to teasing you." And Bakugo say, you know right, I'm gay. Wait, after Kendo hearing that, he say, wait, what? Izuku say, yeah, you don't know? He actually gay. Kendo jaw open, and then he he asks Izuku, what your sexuality? And Izuku say, well, you see, I think I'm bisexual. And after Kendo hearing that, he say, nope. He immediately go hug Izuku, and he look at Bakugo and say, he's mine. And Bakugo say, dude, girl, she my best friend. He my best friend. So that will be weird. You know, that will be weird. And Izuku was still confused. And he said, what do you guys talking about? And Bakugo and Kendo say, you don't need to worry about it. All them walk off. A week has passed, and then the acceptance letter has come. Izuku opened it, and it was All Might, and All Might told him that he got the first place in the entrance exam, and he is in class 1A. Izuku was happy, and he told his father that he got the first place, and Hisashi was happy to know that his boy is becoming a great hero in the future. So they celebrate, and I will end it right here. So if you like it, please subscribe and leave a like. So see ya, bye bye.